Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Victor Alfonso Garcia.
Mr. Garcia. I have a number of things here for you. We'll start with charges from March the 12th of last year, charging you with assault and threatening, intimidating. The alleged victim on this matter is Willis Belvin.
Yeah, from my understanding, I thought these charges.
You probably don't want to talk about the fact. They may have been dismissed or not charged at the time, but they have been charged. I also have charges for domestic violence, disorderly conduct, 2 counts, as well as possession of paraphernalia from May the 5th of 2025. Along with failures to appear. Charges for assault on or about November 15th of 2023. Along with multiple failures to appear. Charges for possession of paraphernalia on July the 8th of last year. Failures to appear. Assault, theft, and possession of paraphernalia on November the 6th of last year. Save Park and Aho. Know that you had court this morning. What happened when you went to court this morning?
It was just probation violation, and they were trying to see. I got court in 20 more days to see if they're gonna reinstate it. They revoked it
Oh, so you admitted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They were trying to say I didn't show up to rehab when I did, and I showed up for 30 days. It's just the rehab wanted me to do 90, but my probation said 30.
Okay, so your next court date is August the 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
Jim. So how come it was crossed off? The end here.
Because they were, I think, a TV channel. And that's why it's so,
Right.
and so whenever they have a July or two, they always use their out to us.
Well, in light of the felony hold, I'm gonna go ahead and release you on this. Give you a court date of August the 26th at 9 a.m. and reappoint the public defender's office to represent you on these charges. You not to have contact with any of the victims. That includes Willis Belvin, Carmen Garcia, Angel. You're not to go to anybody's residence or workplace. You're not to go to 1000 East Benson Highway or 1804 South Norris. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're out of custody, you need to appear. If you're in treatment, you need to make sure that your attorney knows. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, may I be briefly excused? I'll be right back for the next felony.
You may.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Monica Luna Rivera.
Ms. Rivera. I have several things here for you.
Okay.
I have citations from May the 2nd, charging you with domestic violence, failing to comply with court order, and domestic violence assault, no injury. Also charges from the 7th of May. Domestic violence violation of a court order, domestic violence, disorderly conduct. Charges from June the 1st. Domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage, and violation of a court order. Defender's office to represent you on these charges. Bond is $250. You post the bond, your court date September the 14th at 9 a.m. Tucson City Court. If you haven't posted the bond, schedule a review hearing for August the 4th. Your attorney may ask that be moved based on the status of your felony matters.
Okay.
No alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with Arturo. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, do within 2 blocks
Yes, Your Honor.
of his residence on Santa Maria. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'd suggest that you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. This is not the same attorney as on your felony, though.
Okay.
Right? Thank you. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Hello,
Jay,
Name is Donovan McKenzie.
Uh,
Now he's saying different.
No, my name is Donovan. I told you,
Oh, okay.
I showed him the prison when I went to prison.
Okay, sir, hold on. Sir. Do you also go by Harold Foreman? Sir?
No, I don't, sir.
You do not.
No,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Hmm?
If it's the fingerprint. Oh. Into the brush. Jesus. Fingerprint. Okay, the last time it was here, this one. And that's a election.
Mr. McKenzie,
yes, sir.
I have
Man,
a warrant here for you under the name of Harold Foreman,
yes,
alleging that between August 4th of 2026 and or 2006, excuse me, and July 6th of 2022, that you committed 9 counts of taking the identity of another, 5 counts of forgery, actually 7 counts of forgery, and 2 counts of fraudulent schemes and artifices.
that wasn't you, man.
Well, apparently the fingerprints matched from what I'm hearing, but that's something you'll have to discuss with your attorney.
Yeah.
We'll set an arraignment date for August the 3rd at 1:30. That's next Monday. Appoint the public defender's office to represent you on these charges. The bond on the warrant is $50,000. And did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Judge, I don't know if Brad wants to chime in, but I was just talking to records here, and they are informing me that AFIS, the fingerprint database, comes back to Harold Foreman, and I believe the victim listed in the indictment is Mr. McKenzie, who apparently has never visited Arizona. So, Judge, I think the request is to amend to Mr. Harold Foreman at this time, the booking name to that. And the court's already set an arraignment date. So I was actually going to actually trying to look at the pretrial services report here, which is in the name of Mr. McKenzie. There's multiple city court and justice court files with that same name, and it's understandable why files date back to 2000. I mean, the alleged offense date is 2006. So,
Well, 2006 through 2022.
right, it's a range, and there is some criminal history under Mr. McKenzie's name, which is the 2010 conviction and the 2010 convictions. So, given that those are non-violent, Judge, I would propose releasing Mr. McKenzie to pretrial services supervision at this time, and given the age of those convictions.
Mr. Charis.
Judge, I don't have anything to add to the written recommendation.
two videos. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And he does have other holds, counsel.
Let's see.
Yes. That's a very. That's why.
Oh, okay. Um. Well. I, I think it's a stretch to ask the court to modify those bonds.
Yeah, that would be definitely be a stretch.
Okay, I would propose, given his financial circumstances based on the pretrial report, I would just propose a nominal bond. I won't suggest an amount. How about that?
You're learning.
I am.
All right, the arraignment will be August the 3rd at 1:30. Bond will be $25,000. If you post the bond, you'll be in supervised pretrial services. No contact with any alleged victims. And no alcohol or illegal drugs. Thank you, Mr. McKenzie, Mr. Foreman.
25,000. And I think you got seen on the misdemeanors already, so we should.
Yeah, we did that this morning.
All right, sir. You will go to court on that.
And Jill, do we have any Spanish speakers this evening?
Thanks.
No, Judge.
All right, interpreter will be excused. Just be on call in case something changes. Thanks.
Carrie, that way. Choose on number 4. 32 minutes.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade and you, sir, are.
I'm Luis Antonio Molina. Hello, Your Honor.
Mr. Molina, I have an interim complaint here charging you with domestic violence aggravated harassment alleged to have occurred on the 13th of July.
Yes.
Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges.
We give it to you. Could you
And did either council wish, the state's requesting a bond of $20,000. Did either council wish to be heard further on conditions?
And further from the state, Judge.
And Judge, given that Mr. Molina is already being held on of the probation matters, we are proposing a very nominal, really, really nominal amount for them.
Given this appears to be an ongoing issue, bond will be $10,000. Pretrial services if the bond is posted. No firearms or ammunition. If you have any firearms, they need to be surrendered to Tucson Police Department. within-
Absolutely not, Your Honor.
What's absolutely not?
I do not have any firearms.
If you,
Oh,
Right. You do not have any contact with Ms. Delaval. Do you understand that?
Mr.
With Ashley?
Ashley,
Yes.
who's Ashley? I was in an argument with my father.
You're Luis Molina?
Yes, I'm Luis Molina.
The allegation here is that Ashley Diavu, the former intimate partner,
No, Your Honor, no, that's not what I'm charged with. I believe
no, I'm telling you that's what you're charged with.
oh, now?
the new case, yeah,
What?
you'll get paperwork, but those are the new charges.
What are the new charges?
And the victim is aggravated harassment, and the victim is Ashley.
There's an order of protection, and the allegation is that on July the 13th, you called her and threatened her. And she recorded that conversation. Right. So preliminary hearing date's August the 6th at 1:30. No contact with Ashley. You don't go near her residence or workplace. No acts of domestic violence, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. I'd suggest do not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. If you post the bond and you're released on your other holds, then you will be under supervision of pretrial services.
Okay,
Right? Thank you, Mr. Molina.
thank you, Your Honor.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Daniel Clark.
Ms. Pluck, I have a warrant here. Looks like it's a post-adjudicated warrant. Charges for domestic violence assault. Warrant issued a little over a month ago. Looks like the case is from twenty 17. Well, point, Gary, you're going to represent you on these charges. I will leave the judge's bond of $1,000 in place at a court hearing for tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clark.
Ready?
You can go back down and see.
And do we have multiple defendants in the courtroom right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I need everyone in the courtroom to listen for just a few moments. If you are choosing to plead guilty on, or excuse me, wrong script in my head. This is the time set for initial appearance. Arraignments on misdemeanor matters. The time for you to be formally advised of charges against you, for me to set conditions of release in your next court date. It is not the time to talk about facts of cases. In fact, I'd strongly suggest that you not discuss this matter with anyone except an attorney and then your attorney, and then only when no other witnesses are present. Conditions of release will always include that you violate no laws, that you appear at all court dates. If any of your matters are class 1 misdemeanor, and they frequently are, it also includes that you remain within the state of Arizona unless you receive permission of the court to leave the state. There may be other conditions based on your history, your circumstances, and the events that occurred. And you, sir, are?
Your name, sir.
James.
Your full name.
James Lucas Rooney.
Mr. Rooney, I have a warrant here dated, well, looks like May of this year. Charges go back to July 24th of last year. And then there's a failure to appear on September the 18th. Jail staff can tell you what the charges are. I don't think you want me reading them across. The webs. We'll appoint Carlos Morales to represent you on these charges. We'll leave Judge Steele's bond of $500 in place. Court date's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. No contact with the alleged victims. You don't return to the incident location. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Then I have new charges today for possession of paraphernalia. Same court date, same conditions of release, except you'll be released on these charges. Then I also have charges out of Tucson City Court. Charges that go back to July 6th of this year for soliciting from a median, from a vehicle while in a median, and failing to appear in court on July the 20th.
Could you repeat that? Please.
Yeah, this is alleged to have occurred on July the 6th. Soliciting from a median, in the vicinity of River and Campbell.
Stole something?
No. Panhandling or something like that from the median,
Oh. Okay, yes,
soliciting from the median.
yes. Correct.
We'll appoint city public defender's office to represent you on this charge because you're being held on the justice court charges. We'll set a video review for August the 14th, or non-transport review for August the 14th at 9 a.m. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to return to the vicinity of River and Campbell. And again, you just comply with substance abuse and behavioral health assessment and treatment. Do you understand that? Jill, I think you muted again. Do you understand that, Mr. Rooney?
Yes,
Thank you. If you're still in custody, your attorney will appear. If you're out of custody, you need to appear in court. All right, thank you.
okay. How much is the city court bond for us?
The city court bond is, there is no bond. You're released on that. But because you're being held on other matters, that's why public defender's office is appointed to represent you. Good evening, I'm Judge Kate, and you, sir, are
Evening, Donna.
Mr. Tona. It looks like they found another warrant for you.
Yeah.
Charge of domestic violence. Disorderly
Peace,
conduct, 2021, although the warrant was just issued earlier this month.
I've been here all day. I've been here 24 hours in the pit, man. Can I please go home? I'm hurting so bad, tired.
What happened with your other cases yesterday?
They released me. I was released. The warrant was dismissed.
Just the city court warrant, jail tells me was OR and the felony was dismissed.
All right, we'll appoint Saul Huerta to represent you on this charge. Your next court date is August the 11th at 10 o'clock in the morning. No alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. And you need to comply with any previous conditions of release. Do you understand that? Do you understand that, Mr. Tono? All right,
Do I have release?
as long as you show up in court and comply with those conditions of release, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Good luck, sir.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are,
Ayon,
Say it.
Nathan Antonio Ayon,
Mr. Ione. Citation charging you with failing to comply with a court order, and criminal trespass. Being at a Circle K today. You were seen 4 days ago. And in order not to go to any Circle K. We'll appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges again.
what was that, Your Honor?
I'm appointing the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges again. Bond is $250. Your court date's August the 6th at 1:45. If you post the bond, you need to appear. You do not go near any Circle K stores or any other locations you were told not to return to. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's right. All right, thank you. What's his compass court date?
August 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
I'm trying to, I like that. Get off the street.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shea at a new super.
Dr. Patterson?
Mr. Patterson, I have two warrants here for you. One charging you with failing to register. One charging, that's alleged to have occurred on August 27th of last year, January 17th of this year, and charges from April 30th of this year for possession of narcotic drug and possession of paraphernalia. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Set an arraignment date for August the 3rd at 1:30, and did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions? States requesting the bond amounts, which are $500 on the drug charge and $5,000 on the registration charges.
Nothing to add to that, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge. So Mr. Patterson is asking me to request the release to pretrial services. He informs me that he was unhoused for a significant period of time, but he does have support now. He's enrolled with Kodak. He did bring some flyers along with him while he was brought up. He has paperwork to multiple resources. He told me he does have an SMI designation in court. So all in all, Judge, his life is back on track is what he tells me. So we are asking for one chance on pretrial services supervision on both of these cases. Thank you.
He's already had a chance on pretrial services on both of them and didn't report to pretrial services on either one.
Recently, that's month.
Court date is August the 3rd. That's Monday at 1:30. No alcohol or legal drugs. Need to comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment to the extent it's available while you're in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you're out of custody.
And just before I forget, if you're inclined to set a bond, which I think you are, we ask that it be run concurrently because this is the only one time I get to ask because both cases are post indictment.
Bond on the registration will be $2,500. Narcotic violation will be $250. Again, court date's August the 3rd. Pre-trial services supervision, if you post the bond, comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. To the extent it's available while you're in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. And you need to comply with the registration requirements if you're out of custody. Thank you, Mr. Patterson. I suggest you don't discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney.
To you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Robert Ceballos.
Mr. Ceballos.
Yes, Your Honor.
We had an interim complaint charging you with possession of narcotic drug and possession of paraphernalia. State is dismissing those charges. That is a dismissal without prejudice, which means that they may refile those another point in time. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
But I also have a number of files out of Tucson City Court. Charges going back to 2019. Domestic violence, disorderly conduct, criminal damage. 2 counts of contributing to dependency of a minor. 1 count of possession of marijuana, a couple of failures to appear. Charges from July 22nd of 2019. Domestic violence assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, failures to appear. Charges from July 22nd of 2019 for threats and intimidation and disorderly conduct, failures to appear. And charges from November 30th of 2022 for possession of paraphernalia, 3 counts of contributing to dependency of minors, and failures to appear. Looks like you were most recently seen on these matters. Let's go back. Almost exactly a year ago. You were seen in court on July the 14th. You were held on a $250 bond. And the public defender's office was appointed to represent you. At some point in time between July 15th and July 24th, bond was posted. You were then given another court date of August the 12th. You were supposed to meet with your attorney on August the 4th. Looks like maybe that didn't happen. But on the 12th, the matter was continued to September the 2nd so that you could meet with Ms. Brunner on August the 19th. On September the 2nd, you did not appear. Warrant was issued. Then later in the fall, they realized there was a bond. An order to show cause was sent for the bond poster. The bond poster didn't appear, and the bond was forfeited. I will once again appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Bond will be $500. The court date will be August the 6th at 1:45.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You need to comply with your previous conditions of release. Thank you, Mr. Tobias. And do we have multiple defendants in the courtroom at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, I was just about to say.
All right. I need everyone in the courtroom to listen for just a few moments. Good evening, I'm Judge Shayet. This is the time set for initial appearances on felony matters. It's the time for you to be formally advised of charges against you for me to set to release in your next court date. It is not the time to talk about facts of cases or ask that charges be dismissed. In fact, I would strongly suggest that you don't discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney. On felony matters, you would appoint an attorney and given another court date. Misdemeanor matters, you may or may not be appointed an attorney depending on whether you're held or released on the matters and what court it's with. Conditions of release will always include that you appear at all court dates, that violate no laws, that you remain within the state of Arizona unless you receive permission of the court to leave the state. There may be additional conditions based on your history, your circumstances, and the events that occurred. And you, sir, are
Richard Estes.
Mr. Estes. We have an interim complaint charging you with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Alleged to have occurred earlier today. State's requested bond is will appoint the public defender's office to represent you on these charges. State's requesting a bond of $25,000. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing else from the state judge?
Your Honor, we are requesting release to pretrial services supervision. primarily because I'm sure the court noticed he's only 2 on 6 and 3 on 6 on the scales. Mr. Estes's history is nonviolent, for mostly simple possession, drug possession related offenses. There's definitely a self-defense claim to be explored based on the facts that are contained in the interim complaint. More investigation is necessary, Judge. Obviously, at the IA stage, we don't have everything. So at the least, we're asking that the court will release Mr. Estes to pretrial services supervision. Thank you.
Anything further from the state?
No, your.
The use of the weapon kind of takes it out of a self-defense for a shove situation. And given a lack of a verifiable address,
I can give them information to the transition center. I forgot to mention I have a flyer.
bond is $2,500. Cash is secured, pretrial services supervision. No alcohol or drugs, comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment, both in and out of custody to the extent available. No contact with the alleged victim, no return to the incident location. Weapons includes pocket knives. Do you understand that? What was the response to that?
I said no. You weren't there. There was no assault.
Well, I'm telling you, no pocket knives. Do you understand that? I can always increase the bond if you wish. Preliminary hearing date's August the 6th at 1:30. Thank you, Mr. Estes. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Maria Hughes.
accused. Interim complaint charging you with shoplifting. Alleged to have occurred earlier today. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. State's suggestion is pretrial services released. Did either council wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
I was going to ask for release on her own recognizance, but we'll take release in any form.
Preliminary hearing date's August 17th at 1 o'clock, the Green Valley Justice Court. You'll be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. No participated in monitoring and treatment under their supervision, no alcohol or drugs. You don't return to the incident location, that entire shopping complex. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Nathan in the reading.
Mr. Reedon. I have a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court charging you with burglary, shoplifting, and possession of paraphernalia on the 22nd of May. Will appoint public defender, legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. State's requested the bond amount listed on the warrant, which is $1,000. Did either counsel wish to be heard further, noting that he did not report to pretrial services previously?
Nothing to add to that, Your Honor.
And Judge, we're asking the court to consider giving Mr. Inderreeden one more chance on pretrial because looks like he doesn't have any other felony case keeping him in custody. This seems to be the only one. He reported to pretrial. He didn't know about the issuance of the warrant. I will explain to him that he needs to be in Superior Court, give him some information about the transition center, so hopefully he can get that assistance. So this time will be different, Judge. So we are hoping that we give him one more chance to comply with pretrial services supervision, show up in court. Thank you.
He didn't appear at pretrial services. He didn't stay in touch with them. And then it's confusing if he didn't have notice or he went to the wrong courthouse. But because he didn't report to pretrial services, I can't be assured that he'll show up again. Arraignment date's August the 3rd at 1:30, bond $750. Pretrial services supervision if the bond is posted. No contact with alleged victims. You don't go to the incident location. You need to comply with behavior, health, and substance abuse assessment and treatment to the extent that it's available while you're in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. I also have a warrant out of Tucson City Court. Charges from June the 24th. Looks like you were seen on remote video arraignment on June the 26th. Oh no, you were seen on June the 24th and told to report to community court 2 days later. And you didn't appear. Will appoint city public defender's office to represent you on this charge. We'll set a non-transport review hearing for August the 14th at 9 o'clock in the morning. So you'll be released on these charges, but you're not to go back to 3301 South 6. Again, no alcohol, illegal drugs, should comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. If you're out of custody, you need to appear at that date. If you are still in custody, then your attorney will appear and things will proceed from there. But report to your attorney's office if you get out of custody, because they may set you up with a different court date. Right? Thank you.
Judge, I believe he had something out of justice court too.
Oh, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. Shoplifting charge. Sometimes I miss them when they're stapled together. My fault. Just also a warrant for shoplifting earlier this year, failing to appear. Yeah, just I don't have a copy of the warrant, just the notation. We'll appoint Carlos Betancourt Morales to represent you on this charge. Court date will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll reduce that bond to $250. No alcohol or drugs. You don't go back to the incident location. And comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. Thank you. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade and you, sir, are
Douglas Johnson.
Mr. Johnson. Warrant here charging with possession of dangerous drug, possession of narcotic drug, possession of paraphernalia on September the 5th of last year. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, set an arraignment date of August the 3rd at 1:30. Bond amount on the warrant is $2,500, which is what the state's requesting. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing additional to that, Judge.
And just the August 3rd date was an arraignment, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Judge, we are asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Johnson to pretrial services supervision. Again, although he told pretrial services that he had noticed there was a return to sender notice that was documented, he didn't know. And I think he has multiple matters, so he may have confused one court date with the other. I do see a notation that says he is steps eligible. I don't think there's a new one.
He wouldn't be.
So I saw that.
He would be
steps
charged
eligible. Steps eligible. But now we have an indictment. So Judge, given the simple possession nature of these charges, and given that his last conviction is from 1997, we're asking for one more chance on pretrial services supervision.
And again, he did not report to pretrial services.
Yes, I did.
Well, didn't stay in touch with them, according to them. We also have 5 files out of Tucson City Court. There may be one new one, but at least 4 of them have failures to appear. I'll reduce the bond to $1,000. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment to the extent it's available while you're in custody and under the direction of pretrial services if you're out of custody. And again, arraignment date is August the 3rd at 1:30. And as I said, I have a stack of files here for you out of Tucson City Courts. I have charges from today for possession of paraphernalia, prescription only drugs. Charges from August 2nd of 2024. Possession of paraphernalia, criminal trespass, witness tampering. Failing to appear in August of 2024. Soliciting from a median on May 21st of last year, failing to appear in court. Possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription only drugs and criminal trespass on August 23rd of last year, failing to appear on September the 3rd. Criminal trespass on August the 29th of last year, failure to appear in court. That was at 4390 North First. We'll appoint city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. I will release you on these charges.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If you're out of custody, you need to appear. If you're still in custody, your attorney will notify the court and the prosecutor's office, and they'll go from there. You don't go back to the river path, the area of 1111 East Limberlost to 4390 North First, the vicinity of First and Limberlost. Do you understand that?
Yes.
No alcohol or illegal drugs. Comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. You understand that?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
And Judge, I may have missed the city court date on that.
August 14th at 9.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shayad, and you are?
Wendy Laird.
Ms. Laird, interim complaint was charging you with possession of narcotic drug, possession of paraphernalia. It appears that the state is choosing to dismiss these charges at this time. That is a dismissal without prejudice, which means they may choose to refile the charges at a later date. I also have charges from July the 7th. Possession, 2 counts of possession of paraphernalia, failing to appear on July the 20th. Do you understand that you need to appear in court?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is August 26th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And you comply with the substance abuse assessment and treatment. No alcohol or illegal drug. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Be sure you show up in court that day, Ms. Laird.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you. Is QDDS down as far as you know? QDDS down? And I can't-
That's something I usually use or go into, but.
Yeah, I can't get into the web.
Oh, really? Oh.
No. For
And then I don't think I've ever had pre-trial.
pending cases.
Yeah.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Good evening, Your Honor. Christian Mendoza.
Mr. Mendoza. Warrant here charging you with domestic violence aggravated assault, 2 counts of misdemeanor domestic violence assault, 1 count of misdemeanor domestic violence criminal damage, and 1 count of aggravated domestic violence. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Set an arraignment date for August the 3rd at 1:30. And does either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Yeah, nothing further to add, Judge.
Judge, we are requesting the court to consider releasing Mr. Mendoza to pretrial services supervision. He informs me, and the court probably can verify on his city court cases, he completed all the requirements, all the DV classes on those convictions. As to this case, Your Honor, this is a grand jury warrant, so obviously this is not a situation where he received summons to go to court and then didn't show up. Judge, pretrial services contacted, as the court may have noticed, contacted the victim in this matter. She's not opposing release. They don't live together. And most importantly, Mr. Mendoza is employed, and he risks losing his employment if he's held in custody. So given he lacks a complete felony history, Judge, and given
He is unemployed.
so Judge,
Solar Pros. So it's like independent contracting.
so Judge, I'm looking at pretrial's report, and I'm pretty. I think in the assessment.
One person says he's self-employed as a salesman. Another one said he's employed as a cook. So we're not getting,
I'm employed with Solar Pros.
Solar Pros.
Mhm.
Okay.
As it shows.
Have you changed a lot of the jobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
you're
So-
employed.
Solar Pros. On grant.
Solar Pros. It's a solar panels company, Judge. I'm just looking them up. And it is in fact on grant. So, Judge, he reports to me that he risks losing that employment if he's held, doesn't have any felony history. So, and given especially that he doesn't live with the victim and she's not opposing release and wants contact, we're completely okay with no contact with the victim. But we're really hoping for release to pretrial services at this time.
I don't know the matters that I do also. Tomorrow.
Bond amount on the warrant is $50,000. So, anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor, nothing to add.
Also, I'm not sure if I did, but
Was there something further from defense?
Judge, he tells me that he has a daughter who starts kindergarten next week, so he has children this week, okay. Children that depend on him. And Judge, this is, yes, it's a $50,000 bond, it's a grand jury warrant. It's not a failure to appeal warrant. Mr. Mendoza is really hoping.
yeah, I never miss courts. Even when I had my other cases, I never missed them.
Okay, okay, so it doesn't have a failure to appear history, so he's really hoping for release. And Judge, I mean, it's a class 4 and a 5. Appears to be probation available at trial. But if he chooses that path, and although probation, I concede, is not mandated, he is probation available.
What's giving me some pause is the history with the same victim, including an order of protection that was issued. No charges at that time, but
She took off the.
Yes, that's in the report, so, judgment.
that's still concerning. But I will give you a chance on pretrial services under some
Thank you so much.
conditions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
No firearms or weapons. If you have any firearms, they need to be surrendered tomorrow morning to Tucson Police Department.
Understood.
There's
I don't have.
There's be no firearms in your residence or your vehicles.
Sure.
No alcohol in your residence. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No contact with Victoria. You don't live within 3 blocks of her residence or workplace. So if the child is a mutual child, you need to set something up in Superior Court in terms of getting visitation, but you do not contact Ms. Peru under any circumstances. Do you understand that?
Understood, Your Honor.
You'll also comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. But again, your court date is Monday at 1:30 in Pima County Superior Court. But you need to comply with pretrial services.
Okay.
Right.
Understood.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job. Yeah. Okay. You look like a kid.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Daniel Morgan. Good evening.
Mr. Morgan. I have several things here for you. In a complaint charging you with aggravated harassment, alleged to have occurred on or about June 27th. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. State has requested a bond of $15,000. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing to add to the written recommendation, Judge.
Judge, I was reviewing the interim complaints in this case. All we have is last sentence just says Daniel began texting the victim multiple messages through Facebook Messenger. Usually there's information about how law enforcement tied him to the account, to the Facebook account, either through a search warrant or something to confirm ID that this account was in fact operated by the person before the court. So I would argue that there's no PC.
Anything further, Mr. Terrorist, on that issue?
Judge, given the preliminary stages of the case, it appears law enforcement has identified a Facebook account with the defendant's name and other associated information and has identified him for simply what we need here is probable cause. Further information can certainly be developed later on in the case, but as for now, the state believes this is sufficient for identification.
The forensic tracing is typically when it's an unknown name or number. So motion's denied. Anything further?
Yes, Judge. So as to release, I would propose releasing Mr. Morgan to pretrial services supervision because I'm sure the court has noticed that his prior is really, really old, the felony prior from 2012. It's non-DV. I do acknowledge he's on release on a misdemeanor case on his own recognizance in city.
Not on his own recognizance. He's out on a bond.
Oh, is he? Let me look. Okay, so. So Judge, I also see. Okay, my apologies. The pretrial report said on recognizance. That's what I was going off of. But obviously the court has the file. So he's employed as a cashier judge. That's what the pretrial report says. And this happened a month ago. Obviously, there's nothing else pending before the court between the date of the offense and today. I don't think we got victim input because pretrial couldn't reach her. But just given the age of the last felony conviction and it being non-DE, we would still propose release to pretrial services at this time. Okay.
Given what appears to be repetitive nature of the charges, that is violation of court orders. Bond is $10,000. Preliminary hearing date's August the 6th at 1:30. No alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons. Absolutely no contact with Maria Morgan. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to go to within 3 blocks of her residence or workplace. If you post the bond, you'll be distributed of pretrial services.
Your Honor, I've done excellent on pretrial services before, ma'am. I have a full-time job I have to attend.
You're out on bond. A condition is no contact.
I understand, ma'am.
There's the allegations from June the 7th, and there is further an allegation from June the 24th that you went to Ms. Morgan's residence.
I did not, though, ma'am. I did not do that.
The allegation is that you traveled to her residence, placed a marital settlement agreement and a message in her mailbox.
The mailbox is across the street, ma'am. It's
You were told not to go near her residence and you don't want to talk about this.
okay, ma'am.
You're also told not to have contact with her. That is contact.
Yes, ma'am.
Next court date is August the 5th at 1:30. Bond's $1,500 on this matter. Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
And just, was that city court date August the 14th?
No. August the 5th,
Okay,
because he's being held on the matter, plus it's a domestic violence case, so,
I see. And 9 a.m. with Judge Millian, I guess.
correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
Do I have 2 months?
Yes, you have 2 votes. You have 2 public defenders, one for the family and one for city. Good, sir.
And Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
let me see if I can figure it out. Who is your attorney?
My attorney,
City court case.
it is Thomas Johnson.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
And make sure.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Paul Alfredo Soto Escalante.
Mr. Soto Escalante. And I have, looks like a series of things here for you. I have an interim complaint charging you with possession of narcotic drugs, possession of paraphernalia, possession of a firearm. There may be some related misdemeanor charges. There are for excessive speed and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand without a valid license, you may not drive a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. And did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing to add to the written recommendation, Judge.
No, Judge, release sounds great if you're inclined.
All right, preliminary hearing date is going to be August the 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You're going to be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services on the felony matters. You'll participate in monitoring and treatment of their supervision. That will include substance abuse assessment and treatment. You will possess no firearms. If you have any other firearms, they need to be turned over to the sheriff's department immediately upon your release. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's to be no firearms in your residence, your workplace, or your vehicles. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And no alcohol or illegal drugs. Preliminary hearing date's August 17th at 1:30. You need to comply with pretrial services. Then have a misdemeanor warrant. Misconduct involving weapons.
Stay.
And failing to appear in court. That's alleged to have occurred on November 24th of 24. Then we have charges from today for driving on a suspended revoked license and excessive speed that is exceeding the posted speed limit by well over 20 miles an hour. I'm going to release you on these charges on your signature and promise to appear at your arraignment on August 25th at 9 a.m. Your attorney does not represent you on these charges. Your attorney says you don't need to come to court. That's just August 17th. You still need to be in justice court on August the 25th. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And again, no driving with a valid license, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. You need to comply with substance abuse assessment and treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that'll be the same conditions on both of the misdemeanors. All right. Thank you, Mr. Soto Escalante.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Thomas Wilkinson.
Mr. Wilkinson. I've got several things here for you. We'll start with an animal complaint charging with possession of dangerous drugs and possession of paraphernalia. It appears that you are eligible for screening for a diversionary program called STEPS. They would do an evaluation, determine an appropriate course of treatment for you. And if you were to comply with the terms of treatment, then those charges would be dismissed prior to there being an actual charge.
I don't understand.
I can explain it to you.
Take a minute and go ahead and explain it to him.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm interested.
All right, time waived for preliminary hearing, counsel?
Yes, Judge, certainly. I think it's September 10th.
Yes.
To be it.
It is.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance on this. Your next court date is Monday, the 3rd of August at 9 o'clock in the morning in Pima County Superior Court. Preliminary hearing right now is set for September the 10th. You're going to be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You'll comply with monitoring and treatment of their supervision. You'll comply with STEPS. You'll comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment.
I do take methadone, ma'am. I go to the methadone clinic. CMS.
That's prescription drug.
I was just making sure.
As long as you're taking it as prescribed, yes.
Yes, I do.
I also have a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting. Alleged occurred on or about April 26th of this year. Failing to appear about May the 29th.
That's a good court.
It's okay.
Thank you.
And you're also not to go within a block of 6270 East Broadway. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
On the shoplifting charge, your court date is August 25th at 9 a.m. Your attorney does not represent you. So no matter what your attorney says, you still need to come to justice court on that day.
Okay.
Alcohol, illegal drugs, comply with STEPS, assessment, treatment, and you don't go back to the incident location. I don't know where that is because I don't have that information.
I know where it is. I'll stay away from there.
Right. Then I have charges out of Tucson City Court.
I think
Criminal trespass
It's
today. That's at that 6270 East Broadway address. We also have charges for possession of paraphernalia. Earlier this week, July 24th, in the vicinity of Broadway and Craycroft. We also have charges for criminal trespass at 7227 East 22nd Street on January the 27th. The city of Colvin 22nd, and then failing to appear in court in February. And charges for camping in the wash at 6121 East Broadway on May the 12th, failing to appear on May the 26th. Do you understand when you have a court date, you need to appear in court?
Yes, I do, ma'am. I'm sorry. I do apologize for that. Okay. All right. Yes. I'm gonna sure I go to all my court cases. I'm sorry. I do apologize.
Your next court date on these matters is going to be August the 26th. At 2:00 in the afternoon. In the Tucson City Court.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, no alcohol or illegal drugs, comply with steps, comply with substance abuse and behavioral health assessment and treatment. You don't go within a block of 6270 East Broadway, within a block of Colburn 22nd Street, or the wash area near Wilmot and Broadway. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Wilkinson.
Thank you.
Constitutional services, and that's the address list of the.
All right.
So that's, yeah, I call it, and they will give you more extensions.
Very
It's gonna be great.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
That's all I have tonight.